Welcome back to the 2013 North American Summer Split. Rivington III here. As we close out the day, joining us in the interview lounge is going to be Daydreamin' and Nintendo X. After their first win, you guys now 1-1. And I have to ask, you know, coming up from the last split, it was a little worrisome in the beginning, but you guys rallied. You found that win. Was that same momentum used here in your second game?
I mean, the momentum, it was kind of hard to find because we had some trouble, like we're all moving into the gaming house and whatnot. And honestly, this Super Week, I'm not looking forward to playing any of these teams. Like everybody's freaking top tier. Like they're all scary. So that first one was huge for us, and I think we can ride this momentum for the rest of the week.
All right, we'll see. You guys definitely bringing out some of the unorthodox picks coming out here. Kind of reminded me of way back in the day, the tank Eve and the jungler or whatnot. Would you bring out the tank Fiddle now? We saw Fizz last season when you guys kind of found a rut. Is this going to be a common thing? Do you guys just like to bring it out and show them how it's done?
I think tank Fiddle's OP. It's something I just kind of stumbled upon in solo queue. I think I accidentally bought the Ancient Golem instead of the AP item, and I was like, wow, why am I building AP? I can just be a tank and just crow storm into everybody. Who needs Zonias? So it's kind of a funny thing you stumble upon and you kind of mold into something of your own. I'm really proud of it, honestly. It worked really well.
Absolutely, yeah, it worked very well in the game. Daydreamin', with these kind of new things coming up, obviously you're now very well set in the team coming in week 7 previously. How's everything been feeling?
It's been feeling great. I mean, it's great to be back in the LCS and playing again. I mean, it's the best feeling in the world just to be here and winning, losing or winning. I mean, it's so much fun.
And you guys finally got a house coming up. Talk to us about that a little bit.
I mean, I haven't moved in yet because I still got to graduate. I'll be graduating next week, so that's cool, I guess. And then, yeah, I'll be moving in that weekend, and it's gonna be fun. Right
on. Nintendo, anybody? Is people already in it? Or are you guys getting prepped?
Yeah, right now I moved in just this past weekend along with Don't Mash Me, and Shifter and Zion arrived yesterday. But Zion's flying back, so he's got to graduate, and he's flying back in. So it's kind of a mess right now, but hopefully by like week 2, we'll have everybody in the house and be a big, happy family.
And you guys, you're seeing the potential and obviously what you can utilize out of a house already.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we've really gotten to that potential since we haven't really practiced since we've been in the house. Like, I've been streaming a lot, but I think seeing what we can do without a house, it's like, hey, let's get a house and see how good we can be. And I'm excited for that.
So what has it been like for Coast? Obviously, you talked to Zion and Shifter a little bit about the change and what everybody has been doing, but like go with Daydreamin'. What's the direction of the team now? What are you guys kind of focused on the most as Team Coast?
We just are aiming to be the best. We want to be able to compete at an international level, and we just, with the new name and everything, we just kind of start fresh and just go at it strong.
I actually remember your clip from the bumper video of saying it's all about the world. It's all about getting to the World Championship. Nintendo, for this, being in the jungle, obviously, there's quite a lot of pressure on you from game to game. It comes from the internet, it comes from everywhere. How do you get through that? And really, where do you kind of get these, obviously you said Jungle Fiddle, the tank, was kind of a mix-up, but where do you get these ideas to just say, this will work, let's go with it and get by everything?
I found a mistake that I was making kind of mid last season was I was settling like I'm good enough in the jungle, so I'm going to stop playing it. I'm going to play other roles and learn other stuff, but really, like, I was still kind of far behind, and like solo queue is a little different from competitive play, but I found fun experimenting with things, new junglers, what have it, and that's really where I've found my passion lately. So I think it's made me a better jungler, and yet the media does give you a lot of pressure as a jungler. I've felt it a lot, obviously being on like the 8th place team like the whole season and being the jungler, it's got to be his fault. But I think I bounced back. I think the whole team's bounced back, and honestly, I just want to make my team look good. I don't care about myself anymore.
Absolutely. Guys, last question thank you for doing this interview as well. Where do you see yourself this season in the competition now? There's obviously, we said the blackout, since you guys haven't been able to scrim against each other and all the the team changes really. Where do you see yourself kind of right now after today's games?
It's kind of crazy. I mean, every team is so good right now. Like, everyone in the NA scene's just improved like vastly.
Yep.
And so it's really hard to predict where we're going to be, but I'm still confident we're, if not the best, but in the top 3 teams in NA.
Yeah, if you had to give a number, I'd say like third right now, maybe. I don't know. Like, we didn't have the strongest performance today, but we'll get there.
No, it's, yeah, exactly what I was looking for. Being modest, knowing what's going on, but you guys are working for it, and you've shown that you can pull out some crazy stuff and make it happen, and almost seamlessly when it did. So thank you, Daydreamin', Nintendo Dex, and congratulations on the win. Guys, there's so much more to come from Super Week. We have 2 more days to go. The action is over for today, but reviewing it is not. Jat's going to go through some of the replays for us on the Telestrator.
Thank you very much, Riv. And I actually have 2 team fight clips from the TSM versus Cloud9 game that we saw, our 5th match of the day. And just to set up this clip real close right here, the gold is only 500 different, and TSM is trying to force around the Baron buff. You can see on the minimap, specifically, there are only 2 members of Cloud9 trying to get here, Meteos and Lemon Nation. And Meteos has charged up his Elastic Slingshot. He wants to go over the wall to Baron, but TSM has all stopped hitting it. So let's actually roll this fight right now at full speed to kind of see what happens. It means Meteos has to run around. He's kind of panicking right now, but the rest of Cloud9 is going in. He ends up jumping after the Baron. Let's pause it right here, because at this point, Meteos is all in. The fight is happening, whether or not TSM has just stolen the Baron. Everyone has made the call. Big thing to note here is the tank initiation line of TSM, the Odd One and Dyrus, is the farthest away from the potential fight. So it's very hard for TSM to close in, and this is one of the reasons that Cloud9 won this fight, despite not having an advantage. Let's roll this at half speed to see how the Odd One and Dyrus try to enter the fight. Meteos keeps bouncing around. The Orion ultimate only hits Sneaky, and let's pause it again right here, because the attempted entrance from the Odd One and Dyrus has kind of failed. Dyrus has sliced, but did not hit, so he can't use his second dash. The Odd One's stun, as you can see, has completely missed. Now the things you need to track is how Cloud9, since they can bypass the TSM's tank line, go into TSM and take out their team. There's also one other small thing we need to track in this fight, if you can, is the DPS difference between Wild Turtle and Sneaky. Draven versus Blue Ezreal in a straight-up brawl, specifically. Let's keep rolling this at half speed. You can see Sneaky is untouched. He's poking around, whereas Wild Turtle had to jump backwards at the top of the screen. At this point, Sneaky is able to wreck through the Odd One and Dyrus. The fight was essentially decided when the tank line of TSM could not enter the start of this fight, and they rolled through the rest of them with their impeccable coordination. So that was a 3-for-1. It led to an inhibitor and set up this later fight. The game is still close. The gold is now 600 in the other direction, and the team fighting specifically from Cloud9 today was amazing. Let's just get into this clip at half speed to see how it happens. Meteos jumps in, gets the Let's Bounce onto Reginald, popped by the Orianna ult, but the fight really hasn't begun yet. You can see TSM's planning a counter initiation as they get bounced around. They recognize the ult is gone, and let's pause it actually right here, because if one thing Cloud9 had today, it was target selection and communication. Everyone on Cloud9 right here is kind of on the retreat. But once the Odd One goes up for the repel, when he goes down, they'll know that he has absolutely no escapes, and they will blow him up immediately. Let's roll this at half speed just so we can see how it happens. He goes down. Everyone turns on the Odd One. He is gone. Hai decides to initiate. At this point, the fight, again, is going to be about Sneaky versus Wild Turtle. Pause it right here, because Sneaky has been hit by the Orianna ultimate, and he is right next to Dyrus. So TSM thinks they could be able to follow up, but look at the rest of TSM's team. They're in a crescent way down here at the bottom, and they can't necessarily close to Sneaky. So if Sneaky can somehow exit the fight, they're going to be able to close down on the rest of TSM. Keep rolling this at half speed, please. This is how close these team fights were. They were absolutely insane. Sneaky went down, finished off Dyrus, and at this point, it's another choice for Cloud9. Who do we go on? They say Reggie. Flash slow. Flash by balls and the Q onto Reginald. They finish off that fight. They get a 2-for-0, and they ended up parlaying this one into a Baron. So this entire game was so close. Those team fights were on a razor's edge, but because Cloud9 had better communication and slightly better execution, they came out on top. 2-0 now, and the expectations only go up from here. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much, Jat. So, with those expectations in mind, let's check out the standings heading into Thursday's matches. The top belongs to the 2 new North American LCS teams. Cloud9 is flying high at 2-0, while Velocity Esports is undefeated in second place.
Team Coast, TSM, and Vulcan are all tied for third with a record of 1-1, while CLG, Curse, and Dignitas come out of the opening day without a win and are sitting in the cellar, I guess, last place.
and we'll see if they can turn it around. But all 3 of those teams will have a chance to turn it around tomorrow because we have 6 more huge games. It all starts with Curse and Edward fighting for their first win of the split when they take on the undefeated Velocity. Then CLG and Dignitas battle to avoid starting the summer 0-2. Followed by Cloud9 looking to continue their incredible LCS debut when they face off against Curse.
And then it's Dignitas and Skara taking on TSM and Reginald, followed by Vulcan looking to hand Velocity their first loss in the LCS. And day 2 wraps up with Team Coast taking on Counter Logic Gaming.
It all starts at 1 p.m. Pacific and 10 p.m. Central European Summer Time. And that's it for the opening day of the North American LCS Summer Split. So for myself, Kobe, Jat, Riv, and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching.
Hey, I stopped him. I might be able to get him too.
No, just push, Ryan. Push.
Oh,
nice.
shit, good shit.
Let's peel back.
I need help.
He's exhausted. Can you guys get him?
He has nothing.
Come! Good stuff! Hey, yeah, baby! Let's go! Good, nice, good shit, let's go! Velocity, let's go!
Push in the back.
I'm in the back. I'm just getting whoever's in the front.
GG,
Chris, yeah! That's it, Chris!
Nice shit, Chris. Good job.
Kill theirs. Quick, Walter. Go. Again, that's GG.
That's GG.
G fucking G.
That's here. That's on his way.
I'm gonna turn, okay?
I'm coming. Go.
Nice job. Kill Smithy.
I got something. Bloodwater's still cleared. Bloodwater's still cleared. Nice.